There's no better time to find out what Mazda can offer you than right now. Get 0.9% financing for 60 months on the new 24 Mazda CX-50, named an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus award winner. Save thousands on your new Mazda right now at Team Mazda on Airline.
Yeah, that didn't change. We're still doing that opening.
Well, we are live. That was urgent. Yeah, we are here.
It's very urgent.
Thanks for joining us here at 7:03. Good morning.
Good morning to you. We should change that.
I know, that'll wake you up.
Aren't you already up?
Should be.
I mean, it should be. It's like,
if you're joining us here, chances are.
It's like lunchtime now.
It's lunchtime.
What
sounds good?
Anything and everything. I was dumping some garbage at the curb last night.
Yeah.
Well, okay, it was in a can. I wasn't just like, whatever.
Good.
And some neighbors were out and across the street, and they're like, shouldn't you be in bed? I'm like, I'm asleep right now. So it's lunchtime now for us.
Yeah.
What sounds good? Where you want to go?
Barbecue. You're talking about Hannah Q barbecue?
Yeah, right down the way. My dad went there the other day. Yeah.
We got options.
Whoa.
Okay, barbecue for breakfast. We need them to open up at 7:03. Steve, does a pulled pork sandwich?
Oh,
I'm
brisket,
in.
chopped brisket?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Ribs?
You start naming stuff now.
Come on.
What's the new restaurant down Government that was in?
Offset.
Offset.
They were just here, yeah.
I've never seen Matt so excited as when Offset had that tray of
stuff.
Man.
And their brisket was so
brisket.
good. He sure was.
Well, it's so funny too because he's like, and both the guys came in and he's like, it's not like it's fresh off they did it earlier this morning.
Yeah.
He's like, it's a little bit kind of room temperature. I'm like, I will shove all of that down right now.
It was still just as
so
good.
So
It
good.
was really
We gotta
good.
go. We gotta take a trip and go.
Yes, we did.
Offset.
So you got to get their tray back to him. I think I may have scuffed it up
now
as
we have
fast
a
as I
reason.
grabbed the food off of there. Okay, so let's find us a spot. Anything along the coast we need to be aware of if we're going restauranting down there?
Yeah, it's quite the contrast right now.
Yeah.
Baton Rouge pretty quiet, good deal of sunshine right now. Pretty stormy south of us as you get south of I-10 this morning. First Alert Radar Network showing some pretty heavy storms right now from near Patterson, moving into Morgan City from the north, extending over to near Labadyville and near Napoleonville, right across the Lake Verret, Thibodaux at this hour, and a little bit south of Laplace as well. All that is slowly sinking down to the south. Meanwhile, Baton Rouge and northward, we are largely dry. Not only dry, plenty of sunshine here in the capital city. That's our Sky 9 view brought to you by Our Lady Lake. 77, feeling like 78. Another muggy start. Light breeze out of the west-northwest at 3. Temperatures largely in the 70s, although you've got Lafayette 81, Slidell at 80. Gonzales right now starting out at 79. We have lowered rain chances a good bit today for those of you that are near and north of the interstates. So through the morning hours here, Metro Baton Rouge, maybe a spotty shower near 90 at noon. We'll go with highs in the low 90s, and your afternoon rain chances no higher than about 30 to 40%. So the HRRR doing a pretty good job of showing what's going on right now. You'll see it keeps some of those showers and storms going in the coastal parishes through mid-morning. By lunchtime, starting to show it break up and shift southward. And then notice into the afternoon, not doing much. Here we are at 5 o'clock with a few spotty showers showing up. Now, it does try to generate a little more rain this evening and tonight. We'll see. I'm not expecting anything terribly widespread. Got that high-pressure dome. It's shifted a little bit west of us, and as expected, we got some storms moving in, but they've kind of focused along the coast, and we actually have a little bit of drier air has filtered in for inland locations. Meanwhile, the tropics, the Atlantic looking more like August than late June. We've got what's labeled as Invest 94L in the northwestern Caribbean, looking a little better organized. That one's going to keep trucking westward, though. 95L out over the open Atlantic. Pretty unusual. We'll be tracking something this far east this early in the season. That one expected to move generally westward. Hurricane Center not talking about this wave near Africa yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do start mentioning that. So the one out ahead of the one coming off Africa, 95L, a 70% chance of development would be pretty unusual. Get something this far east this early. Expected to move generally westward. Lots of time to watch it. And then the one in the western and northwestern Caribbean, 30% chance of development. That'll be staying well to our south as high pressure largely remains over the southern U.S. in the days ahead. So into the weekend, scattered showers and a few storms, rain chances 40 to maybe 50%, but temperatures start to rebound again. Mid-90s for highs this weekend, could even sneak into the upper 90s. Heat index values by the weekend could get back around 110, and into next week, no significant relief expected. Highs in the mid-90s, occasionally upper 90s, and could even trend a little bit drier by the 4th of July. 7:07 now with a check on the roads. Here's Johnny.
Start to here at the 10-12 merge right near Essen Lane and I-10. Very light traffic this morning compared to what we usually see, especially on the eastbound side of 10 getting off of the Essen off-ramp. Haven't seen that back up much yet at all this morning. Here's the construction area at the 10-12 merge, or 10-12 split in that case. Still looking good coming out of Denham Springs, Juban to the 10-12, which is usually about 11 minutes. Slowest of that's going to be between Juban and Millerville, really O'Neill to Millerville, and then you see the drive from downtown to downtown only about 4 minutes from the 10-12 merge to the downtown area. And just a heads up on something on Saturday, got some road work coming up on 110 north and southbound. We'll have left lane closures on north and southbound on this little bit of stretch on 110 north and southbound right near between Choctaw and Chippewa. Again, that'll be daytime Saturday. Just plan accordingly. 7:08, our 9 News Now continues. Liz goes back. Matt and Liz update you on some of the stories you might have missed during 9 News this morning. And it all happens right here on WAFB Plus. Stay with us.
Hey, 7:09 your time right now, getting close to 7:10. Let's step you through some of the things that we're following for you today. On the list, big hit item, of course, presidential debate, the first one of 2024, an interesting one with some new rules.
Yeah, so let's take you to Hotlanta for that, because that's where it's taking place tonight, center stage. It's going to begin 8 p.m. Central Time here, and there's going to be a different format as we kind of track CNN, the first presidential debate between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump.
Yeah, so the mics are going to be muted for the person obviously not speaking. There's no live audience there either as well. So a bit different here. You can watch it, again, 8 o'clock, you can watch it on WAFB. We'll see if it changes any minds or sways anybody in one direction. Which direction was the Supreme Court going to be going when it came to social media issues or the government dealing with social media over certain issues? They just released a ruling.
They sure did. On Wednesday, they actually sided with the Biden administration, allowing them to press social media companies to remove disinformation. We saw a lot of that during the COVID-19 pandemic, and think back to the 2020 election, right? So this now sets a precedent kind of moving into the 2024 election. How is that going to move forward? What kind of information will you see? Well, they're allowing them to get in contact with them to take down things that could be classified as misinformation or anything that could be wrong.
So again, we'll see how this impacts the conversations going forward. I have a nail right now impacting one of my tires. No, it's one of those things that should be absolutely fixable. It's not sidewall. It's right in the middle of the tread. Tire Safety Week this week. I had no idea that was a thing.
We didn't know. So Matt Venezia actually spoke with some local tire experts, kind of getting you in the know to serve as a reminder. Go ahead and check your tires. Whether you're going on a road trip or driving to work this week, it's a good idea to check the tread, right? To check the air pressure.
Always.
If you're kind of floating on 3 limbs here and making sure that that fourth one is just, maybe you have to fill it up every once in a while, and we're speaking from experience, go ahead and take it in and check it. Always a good idea, because you don't want to get stuck on these roads in the heat.
No, absolutely not. A couple things we want to get you in the know about here. A couple of investigations. BRPD investigating a shooting. This is Bogan Walk, right kind of near North Acadian Thruway. 1 person in critical condition. Beyond that, don't know a lot of information. So 344 stop if you have any help. But also a fire at a dealership in Napoleonville.
Wait till you see the smoke shooting from this video here. Yeah, this is cell phone video kind of caught there as that massive fire came up. If we have the video, let's try to get to that here. This is actually in Assumption Parish. There we go here. You can see the flames, Matt. What that building is right there, that's the Barbero Chevrolet car dealership there in Napoleonville off of Highway 1. Thankfully, though, no injuries in something this massive here, but they're still trying to figure out what started this.
Some resources we want to make sure that you are aware of, that you can actually get up and get going. We talk about heat and staying safe out there in all this heat. Department of Health has a new database filled with resources and tips that they want you to access.
You're looking at that website here as you also look at the sun baking in the sky.
Yeah,
they've got a bunch of resource and guidance and talking about the different symptoms for a heat stroke, heat exhaustion, heat cramps. Our First Alert weather team also alerts you of that, especially as we deal with these temperatures that we've been seeing here for some time now. If you want to do some more research for you and your family, we have that link waiting for you in this web story on WAFB.com.
Let's keep talking about what's waiting for you right there. Free HIV testing. Talking about Baton Rouge's issue with AIDS, still among one of the cities, worst cities in the country when it comes to that. So free HIV testing, offering some of the services. This is what you're seeing. Find this story at WAFB.com, your 9 News app, if you need to take advantage of this. And oh, by the way, welcome to 2024-2025 hunting season, Sportsman's Paradise.
Yep.
Department of Wildlife and Fisheries putting up some new guidelines.
Remember, there's a lot of changes this year, including black bear hunting guidelines too.
That's right.
So if you'd like to take a look at the whole guide, well, we've got it for you there in PDF form. It's actually waiting for you. That link on WAFB.com. A good thing to be in the know of if you plan on doing any fishing or hunting this year. Yeah, that full PDF waiting for you right there.
Hey, Move BR. Hey. So we've been talking a lot about that and have for a number of months, years, right? These are some of the projects just approved from Metro Council about projects that they're actually going to start kind of hammering home on.
Yeah, Johnny, we've been tracking this here. So we're going to see some sidewalks there on South Sherwood Forest Boulevard from Coursey to I-12, another project, Groom Road improvements there. And then, you know, that College Drive enhancement. I know we've been talking about that a lot. The plan is to stretch Perkins to I-10. There's so much going on here.
It is. In fact, I talked to some folks at DOT about getting College Drive multiple lanes between, Lee Drive between Perkins and Highland.
That'd be nice.
There's too many neighborhoods there. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But what they may do is do a center turn lane there. You know, still have but there's not enough room to do two lanes in each direction. Yeah.
But even that would alleviate some of that traffic buildup there.
That's what they're hoping. So, but that's still a long ways off. That's way on down.
Oh man.
We'll see.
Surface streets in this town. It just wasn't built originally.
What?
For
Clay Young is on the way.
Y'all are best friends now? Man, I've missed a lot.
If you're ready for a do-it-all vehicle with smooth handling and smart interior styling, look no further than the new 2024 Honda CR-V. Once again named a Car and Driver's 10 Best Trucks and SUV list. Come save on your new CR-V right now at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda.